We have Mary Cressler.
Hi, my name is Mary, and I am here today to talk about food and wine pairing. Some people love this topic. Some are very intimidated. Many think that it's BS, posing the question to whether or not food and wine pairing is poppycock. I would argue that no, food and wine pairing is absolutely not poppycock. But I do think that the way we approach this topic with our readers is key. Starting with misconceptions. I think this whole misconception, this idea of rules that determine what must go with what, is wrong. So please, it just gives people who like me, who are passionate about the topic and have built a profession around it, a bad rap. So please stop this idea of rules. There are no good rules. And did this freeze? Awesome.
Keep talking. Keep talking.
Anyway, so basically, yes, this whole concept of rules is what intimidates people. So let's just get over this idea that there are rules. There are, however, some basic general recommendations, or dare I use the word guidelines, that can help you and your readers be less intimidated about food and wine and enjoy them together in harmony. So starting with the basics, I think at its core, food and wine pairing is about balance, harmony, and synergy. Things that could come from things like complementary or contrasting flavors. Complementary meaning something like balancing weight with weight, like rustic red with a hearty meat stew, or like fresh wine with a summer salad. Versus contrasting flavors, which would be something like sweet and spicy, or sweet and salty, which is why chocolate-covered pretzels are so addicting, or my favorite, salted caramels. Now in wine, we compare this to something like ice wine and blue cheese, kind of like we had for dinner last night. And if you have not had that pairing, it's awesome. So these are just two of the basics. For more information on food and wine pairing, please check out my blog. Notice it's not a shameless plug for my blog, but 5 minutes goes by very quickly. Anyway, just as important as your understanding of the basics is the way that you communicate this to your specific audience. So if there's one thing I want you to walk away with, it's the importance of finding your style, your niche, and communicating that message effectively to your specific audience so that you don't intimidate or piss people off. For me, professionally, when I'm talking to restaurant clients, it's all about their menu, their concept, finding wines to complement these things, not my own personal agenda. In my personal life, and for my blog, my niche is pretty simple. It's about bubbles, barbecue, and my boys. All three of them. My blog audience, it would be a mix of restaurant industry clients, but what I've discovered is that mostly it's everyday people, non-industry people, people who want to know simple things like what the hell to pair with their pepperoni pizza. Simple, no frills, nothing fancy, no vintage charts. But what about you? What are the food and wine pairings that match your lifestyle? And is that reflected in your blog and the way you write about food? You don't need to be generic, but you also don't need to go out of your way to be unique. Just be honest, and your honesty will connect with your niche of readers out there, and they won't be intimidated. Also, allow yourself to change and adapt. My life has changed dramatically over the last year. I used to live in Portland, Oregon, which is an awesome foodie town. I went to awesome winemaker dinners at vineyards and restaurants. But now I live in central Connecticut. I've got 7 little twins. I'm not really going out very much, not eating multi-course meals very often. But I am still having fun with food and wine pairing, even if it means trying to find a wine to pair with my frozen orange chicken from Trader Joe's. And as a result, I'm attracting more and more readers who are going through similar experiences of what I'm going through. So just be honest, write about your real experiences, and you will find people who connect with the real you. And importantly, figure out who that audience is. Is it industry people, everyday consumers? Speak to them on their level, but remember, not everybody is going to agree with you, because you can talk to me all day long about how great this wine is with foie gras, but you know what? Not everybody eats foie gras, just like not everybody likes peas, as I recently said. So that's okay, though, because remember, there are no rules. So finally, it's not always about food. For me, wine is about experience, whether it's with or without food. So you don't always have to recommend food, because we know that not all wine is paired with food, or drunk with food, I should say. So what are the occasions or situations that a wine would be good with? Is it a good poolside wine because it's refreshing, or a good daytime drinking wine because it's low in alcohol? Entice your readers with occasions to drink these wines with, in addition to food, because we should never fail to recognize the importance of wine as an overall experience. And finally, I think successful food and wine pairing starts with your understanding of the fundamentals of food and wine and relating that to your audience in a language that works for them and makes sense for them. There is truth to food and wine pairing. I believe it, and I hope you believe it, but it depends on your ability to communicate that to your audience. Now, there's no way to talk about food and wine pairing in 5 minutes, but I do hope that I have been able to start a little bit of a dialogue. So to continue this conversation, please go to my blog, go to Twitter, go to your blog, wherever it is, just let me know so I can get in on the